everyone, my name is Shelja. I'm the human behind this channel. This is Kunji and this is Kingini. I've been recently getting a lot of questions on their food that I have been posting on their socials, and I thought, anyway, I'm going to cook a big batch today, so why not just record it? So Kunji is around 3 years old and Kingini is around 2 years old, and I started cooking for Kunji back in 2022 because he has always been a picky eater and kibble was really not working out for us. So did a lot of trial and error, consulted with our vet, and arrived at a recipe that has been working out well for us over the past 2.5 years. And in case you are planning to cook for your dog, please make sure that you're consulting your vet or canine nutritionist first, because if you're cooking, you have to make sure that the nutrients that are going into the food is balanced, and that is something that can be tricky, especially if you're not adding the right ingredients. So please do use this as a disclaimer. I'm just shooting a video of the food that works for them, and for your pup you will have to consult your specialist to make sure that it is working for them as well. So anyway, I'll start cooking now and let's get into the video. I'll start with the things that are needed for the prep and cook today. Yeah, let's get into it.
An instant pot or a pressure cooker, a deep pan or a wok, a vegetable chopper, a kitchen scale, microwave and freezer safe containers. Moving on to the vegetables that I'll be using today: capsicum, pumpkin, a raw banana, carrots, sweet potato, zucchini, beetroot, potato, apple, and green beans. This is 2.1 kilograms of vegetables in total after prep. Now I'll cut these into smaller pieces for the electric chopper. This is what it looks like. Let's put these into the electric chopper. This gives me uniform consistency. Kunji is a picky eater, and if given the chance, he'll just eat the meat and leave the vegetables. So this works for us. If your pup is not a picky eater, you can skip this step. You can also use a manual vegetable chopper or grater that is available in the market. When I started cooking, I was adding one vegetable at a time to see whether the dogs were okay with it. Primarily allergies, whether their stool was okay, activity was okay, etc. So make sure that when you're adding vegetables, you're adding one at a time to see that it is okay for the particular dog. So this is a list of vegetables which Kunji and Kingini are okay with. For your pup, you might have to do trial and error and figure out which ones would be okay. Here you can see the actual measurements of this batch. We were advised to keep a ratio of 70% meat and 30% vegetables. As you can see, we have used complex carbs like potato and sweet potato, as these have more diverse vitamin and mineral profile than rice with less calories. The individual split of the vegetables here is immaterial. Try to include variety and change the proportions and ingredients based on the macro and micronutrient requirement for your dog. Now, if you're someone who is interested in the calculations, that is, what is the ideal calorie requirement for your dog, and hence what is the amount of a particular recipe you should be feeding, etc., do let me know. I'll try to create a separate video on that because I love the entire process. Now, this recipe may not be 100% balanced for all micronutrients. To account for the deficits, there are some toppers that I add as well. Do let me know if you're interested in knowing more about that. I'll try to create a new video around it. We are done with chopping vegetables. Now we'll start cooking this. I'm going to cook this on medium to low flame, mixing every 3 to 4 minutes. I'm also adding turmeric, pepper, and coconut oil as well on top of this. This might take around half an hour, I think, based on the volume that you have. I'm done with the cooking. This is what the final consistency looks like. Look at that. That's beautiful. I'm using red meat today. This was 4.25 kilograms of lean meat and 250 grams of liver. In every batch, I do try to rotate the protein source so that the pups are not bored. To prevent the meat from sticking, you might want to add around 200 ml of water to the pressure cooker. So this one was cooked in a pressure cooker. What I do is put on high flame for one whistle and then on medium for four more whistles. I have also added some turmeric, black pepper, and coconut oil before the cooking. If you're using an instant pot, use the pressure cook function for 20 to 25 minutes for this amount of meat. Now we'll mix the vegetables into this meat. I'll be splitting this into two vessels so that it is easy to handle. I've split the meat into two, and now we'll add the cooked vegetables into this. I'm using surgical gloves because I find it easy to mix when I'm using my hands. Let me add the vegetables now. Kunji is 2.5 kg and he eats 80 grams of this per meal. He gets 2 meals a day. This is for weight maintenance. And Kingini primarily eats her hepatic diet, and on top of it we give this as a topper around 20 grams per meal. So that is 40 grams for Kingini on top of a hepatic diet. I'm going to pack these into portion sizes of 80 grams in these containers. Kunji gets one portion for one meal, and Kingini gets quarter of one container per meal. Let's see what our yield is from this batch. So in total I got 68 portions from this. That is equivalent to around 26 days of meal for both of the pups combined. We freeze these after it's cooled completely, and this is a setup. Alright, now it is taste test time. Let's feed the pups. Kingini is super enthusiastic, as you can see. Kunji has been waiting in the kitchen for 2 hours for me to serve this food to him. I guess that's a success. Here is a 20-second ASMR of Kunji eating his food. Kingini is waiting for Kunji to finish eating so that she can go and lick the plate clean. This is their routine, by the way.
Okay, anyway, that was a success, I guess. Okay, thank you. So anyway, if you have any feedback or questions or observations on this recipe, do let me know. I would love to read about your cooking experience in the comments as well. And if you like the video, please like, share and subscribe. And yeah, that's it for today. Bye. Say bye. Bye-bye.